Hello and welcome to another episode of Unboxing with Paul. And today we're looking at Poetic's neon case for the Moto G Power. Let's take a look at it. In case this is your first time with a Poetic product, the first thing you're going to notice is that the box is quite boring. There is nothing but the Poetic logo at the front and their motif stamped throughout. This is done as a cost-cutting measure so that whatever money that they don't spend on packaging, they pass on as savings to the consumer in the form of a more reasonably priced product. Now, you can currently find this case on Poetic's website for only $16.95 in the color black, and the addition of 7 colors more for only $2 more. Let me show you real quick. So again, on the website for only $16.95, and as you can see, we have a bunch of other colors that we can absolutely choose from. And let's go ahead and continue. I'm excited because I don't believe I have opened very many of these neon cases. And I'm always excited to look at something that's fairly new. It's something that I don't get to look at very often. Let's go ahead and get this open. Again, as you can see, very minimal packaging. There's not a lot of packaging in there, which again in turn drives the price and the cost down. So before we put our case in there real quick, let's go ahead and go over it real quick. It is supposed to be, it is supposed to be a thermoplastic polyurethane construction on the inside, on this inner part, that is going to be able to be impact absorbent and impact resistant. And in addition to that outer shell that we have, this is just a plain black polycarbonate case meant to be more abrasion resistant, meant to be resist cuts and scratches a little bit more efficiently than this softer inner layer. Okay, let's go ahead and put them back together. And let's go ahead and put our phone in there. I can get it out. Okay. Okay. And then this would be the way our case would fit in there. Okay. So if we go ahead and look over on the left side of the case, we can see a very plain side. There's not much to it. We go over to the top side of the case and we can see a very nice cutout for our pinhole microphone, as well as a cutout for our headphone jack. Now, something else that I'm always very excited to see when it comes to cases and phones in this budget category is whenever manufacturers actually pay attention and when they do a nice little cutout for the earpiece. Again, it's very small, it's very subtle, but it definitely lets you know that time and thought have been put into this. It's not just a big sloppy cutout. It's not efficient. It's not a one size fits all. It is tailored, it is custom made, and it definitely elevates this product just a little bit more. And if we continue looking at the case, if we go over to the right side of the case, we can see me being driven up the wall because we have the volume and the power buttons on the same side. I know this is not Poetic's choice, but I wish Motorola would put, the volumes on one side and the power on the other side, just so that whenever I'm trying to watch a show, whenever I'm trying to turn it up or down, I don't accidentally turn off my screen. And if we keep going over to the bottom of the case, we're going to see, I believe, another cutout for one more pinhole microphone, a cutout for our Type-C charging port, as well as another cutout for our speaker grills. Now, the whole thing is fairly sturdy feeling. It does have, again, a slight give to it. That's thanks in part to that thermoplastic polyurethane compound that it's meant to be impact absorbent, so that your phone doesn't get rattled around when it gets dropped or when it gets impacted. If we go ahead and we look over on the back side of the case, we can see a very nice and very aggressive camera indentation, to where our camera bumps and our lenses are fairly hidden behind that bump. I can see, I would say, a solid 2 millimeters under which our camera lenses are protected, in addition to our fingerprint scanner also being very nicely tucked away in the center, as Motorola disguises their fingerprint scanners behind their logo. Very ingenious attention to detail. Now, one more thing before I wrap this up, I do like this this dual skid pattern, this dual anti-skid pattern, excuse me, on the back, as it feels that if you were to put it on an inclined surface, that perhaps it wouldn't fall, or it would hold up its shape. Perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps it's just more cosmetic and it doesn't really serve any functional purpose. Go ahead and leave it down in the comments. What are your thoughts on this case? Would you grab something like this, especially at that $16.95 price point? It seems fairly reasonable, as there are other cases out there that are more expensive. There are other cases out there that are cheaper, but I feel that Poetic does a very good middle ground in between quality, cost, and product material, as they do feel a lot more premium than the price would suggest. Go ahead and comment, subscribe, so you don't miss out on our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We're this close, and as always, thanks for watching.